Hi, this is now Phoenix. I'm here with Stuart Maximus Livermore, and today we're going to talk about a chapter in my book.
Well, let's take people back to how we met, because I was working the door in this lovely club in Tottenham, and now coming on my guest list because he knew my cousin. But unfortunately, him being him, he couldn't stay out of trouble and got himself thrown out that night. So from then on, I sort of like didn't want nothing to do with him. I was like, nah, this geezer's bad news. So that was sort of like it. And then over the years, because he trained with my cousin, I'd bump into him now and then.
That was awkward.
Yeah, and it was always like, I sort of nodded, but I didn't really want to talk to him. It was funny, it went on for a long time, but it was only over that one thing. And then one day, I had a message from a family member saying that he was interested in a bit of memorabilia and what was the price. And I basically just said, look, tell him just to contact me, here's my number, and give me a call and I'll sort it out with him. And that's sort of like, it was Captain America.
It was, isn't it? It was.
He wanted it for your son, yeah.
For Parks.
So I gave him my number, and then he come down and we just started talking here. But it was like we'd wiped the slate clean before anything had even happened, really.
That was awkward, me coming off. I didn't know what to expect, to be fair. I was thinking, should I bring a hammer with me or what?
No,
weren't sure.
Because it was just memorabilia. I just thought, let's talk about it. It wasn't nothing else. So
no.
And obviously I talk all day about that.
We got on really well, do you know what I mean? And then, things just turned out really well. You showed me the way and showed me what you did with all your charities, which was massive.
He took such an interest, though, in what I was doing, helping others. And it opened his eyes a little bit. And he was like, what way can I help you? In any way can I help you? And he just come on board and started helping. But I knew he had problems. I knew he had his own demons, I could tell. And every time I brought this up, he always was like, no, I'm all right. You was a bit in denial, wasn't you?
I was massively in denial. I mean, I think that's the problem with being an addict. When you're an addict, you never think you've got a problem. You think everything's all right now, I can stop that whenever I want. But the truth of the matter is, it takes over your life and it changes who you are. And I think when you showed me the charity side of the life and helping others, it made me feel alive again. It made me feel like, hang on, I can get a buzz out of doing something good rather than taking a line of coke or a pill or something like that. And to be honest, even to this day, like when I went to drop that shirt off the other day, the buzz and the feeling you get for helping someone and changing their life is unbelievable.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I remember you being close to tears the first time I took you to Mencap.
Mencap, yeah.
And you presented a check to get a girl couldn't
communicate.
You got her a computer so she could communicate, and it changed her. It does. Mate. Small, like you say, it's small to us, but it's huge to others. I think that really opened your eyes to the bigger picture.
It really does. It makes you appreciate things a lot more. Like, there's a lot of people there, especially Mencap, that I met that are unbelievable people. And when you talk to them, they're the kindest people in the world, and they would do anything for you. And they need help. Do you see what I mean? They need that assistance. They need people like us to help them. And I think more people should get involved, because to be honest with you, the buzz you get out of that is far better than having a glass of wine.
Oh, definitely. And this is what's helped me, is helping others my whole life.
You've had your demons?
Yeah.
You fight them daily like we all do?
Yeah, everyone has their battles, one way or the other, whatever it may be. I think mine comes from, I always say to people that I was the devil's right-hand man for so many years, that when I became God's, that's when the battle begun. Because when you're doing bad, no one looks at you, you don't feel like you have any problems. It's almost like you're left alone to get on with it. As soon as you start doing good, I feel like his ears prick up, and he's always
on that shoulder, isn't he?
He's always next door doing press-ups, waiting for you to come back.
And
I think that's when it starts to get tough, and that is the battle, the daily battle that you're going to have, is good versus evil. It's going to come into your head every day, but
massive.
It's just making sure you win.
That's it. I mean, you saw that firsthand when I came here that day, and my head was completely gone, and I came up here to see Stu, and I just jumped on this punch machine. And I was just bang, 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 bang.
He was on it for so long. He was literally going on it for going at it for about an hour. Solid he was.
They were red raw, absolutely red raw. And I remember you coming in going, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "No, I ain't." And I'll tell you something, that voice in my head, you might think I'm crazy, but that voice in my head, I just wanted to hurt someone or get out of my nut so bad. And I was fighting this voice so bad. And Stuart gave me a lifeline. Stuart was like, you got your boxing gear? And I was like, oh, yeah, I have in the car. He went, 1 minute. And he walked off, and you got on the phone, didn't you?
Yeah.
Who was you talking to?
My son.
You never let your son down?
Never, ever. I wouldn't. Ever.
And what did you do for me?
I let him down, but I told him why, and I told him when I went home that it was for a reason. And I was meant to be watching a football match with him, but I could see you needed me more. If I wouldn't have gone with that day, I don't know what would have happened.
I would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
I would have either hurt someone or I would have been gone missing for a couple of weeks.
But just previous to this, because I'd seen you struggling, I'd thrown him a lifeline to say, look, I will train you, but you got to stay clean. So we had this deal where I would train him boxing, and he loved it. And to be honest, there's not many people I take into the gym who want to get in the ring with me, and he did. He jumped at the chance. He was like, yeah, I'd love to. And I was like, this is strange, because normally I'm saying to people, come on, get in, it won't be like that bad, I'll take it easy. Which I do, if you know what I mean. It's not like I'm going to go in there to take your head off. Mine is more mind games, which he learned along the way.
Yeah, it's technical stuff.
But it was great, and so I threw him this lifeline, and this is what the chapter is about in the book, chapter 9. It wasn't till recently, when I read the book, that I got so upset and was sobbing, because I didn't realise what this lifeline had done for him at the time. It wasn't until further down the line, like I say, when I actually read it, what I'd done to him. You don't realise, just by giving him my time. That's all I was doing, giving him my time.
Yeah, but you got to understand, from a young age, that was one thing I never got. I said to you, and I'll be honest with everyone, like, you done more for me than my own dad did. You gave me your time. You saw that I was struggling. You wanted to help. My own dad didn't give a fuck. Sorry, my language, but
Yeah,
it was a hard pill to take. And when you threw that at me, I knew I was going to get hurt in that ring. But I didn't care. I don't fear anyone. So getting in that ring with you was just a privilege.
I know.
You know
I was
what
like, is this guy a kamikaze? He's just like, I'm like, you want to spar? He's like, yeah, let's spar. And I was like, oh, ain't about it. He might be all right. But it's just that he was so game. He just like, no matter how much you punished him, how much you hurt him, he just wouldn't give in. And I was like, I liked that, and I see that. So we had this little boxing journey, and he was getting fitter, and then I used to make him send me his meal on a Friday night to make sure he wasn't out of it. So he'd say, what are you up to on a Friday evening, knowing full well what might come? And he'd always send me a great big plate of food, so I knew then he was all right. And then one day he come into the gym, and he said to me, it's in the book, you've got to read it. I mean, like I say, I didn't realise what I'd done for him until I'd read the book. And he come into it and he said, I've got something to tell you. And I said, yeah, what's that, mate? He said, I used the weekend. I said to him, oh, that's all right. I said, thanks for being so honest with me. And he just thought that was it. He was like, I could see by his face, he was thinking, no, that wasn't as bad, that wasn't better than what I thought. Then I said, get your stuff on and get in the ring.
No, we trained. You made me train.
You
made me train for an hour. I was dead. I waited till he was dead, blowing out my arse. And he went, come on, get in the ring. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, yeah, cool, get on the ring. I got battered. Absolutely battered. And I'm never going to forget it. It was, I think we did 3 rounds. And then you said I was literally dying. And he gave me a cuddle. And he said, you took your beating like a man. If you ever relapse, this is going to be like a happy slap. And I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, okay, well, it's over. Well, no, it weren't over. Stuart turns around and says, I'll give you 2 options. You can walk away like a man and you took your beating. Or you can stay in 1 more round and I will knock you out. Well, I weren't walking away, was I?
I did. This is the truth. This is true. Everything in here is true. I did give him these 2 options, but I whispered them to him right next to him while he was like,
I'm dead.
And then he went to me, his words were, you can't do that to me. You know what my answer's going to be? So I got back in the ring ready for him.
Yeah, we went again.
And I lit him up. I did hit him with just about everything apart from the kitchen sink.
Oh, man.
And I'll give him his due. He just took it.
Bit down on that gum shield.
And then at the end of the round, he just sunk to the floor and was absolutely dead.
Collapsed, didn't I? I bit down on that gum shield and I said, I ain't going down. I ain't going down. I ain't going down. And then when that bell went, bang, I was on the floor.
He was on the deck. But no, credit where it's due. You did step up, and that's been, I think, that has really helped you. And like I said, I didn't realise till I read the book. I read it in 1 day. Obviously, I'd spoke to you about lots of bits and pieces that are in the book, so I had a rough idea of everything.
You knew pretty
much. But to actually read it, and you know the difference I made to it. Really, like I say, I was in bits. I was sobbing. The book's amazing.
The book, I didn't want to hold back. I know I pissed off a lot of people writing some of the stuff I wrote in there, but I had to get it out, and I had to tell the truth. So that's why it's in there. But you will see now the journey that I've been on, and the journey where I'm going to go. Myself and Stuart, we are in the process of doing a charity, and there's going to be some big events coming up and big things. Thank you.
We should just flip back though to
What?
Well, we was getting into a story about the punch machine when you was on for an hour.
That's true.
And we skipped past it because we gave people a little bit of insight into what really happened before this.
So you So you basically you let your boy down.
Yeah, I let him down, but he understood once I'd explained to him when I got home. But I'm saying I was a few weeks away from a fight when I.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, I got there and I was angry. I was so angry and I got in that ring.
I think you drunk two
pre-workouts.
I thought, what is this skeeter?
I did. I drank 2 pre-workouts.
He was bouncing off the wall.
And I got in the ring and I looked at him and I went, what the fuck am I doing? And he went, what do you mean? I was like, you're 2 weeks out of a fight. I ain't trained in like 3 weeks. I was like, I'm going to get battered. And I'd never forget what Stuart said to me. He said, well, you know what you've got to do then? You've got to step it up. And I stepped back to the corner of the ring and I thought to myself, I ain't got nothing to lose. What have I got to lose? If he hurts me, I'm going to get back up. I'll heal. So we had a fight, didn't we? We had a proper fight. He rocked me. That was the first time I've been rocked. He hit me clean on the chin. But me being a junkie, I was like, oh, what's this? This is nice.
I normally paused in sparring every time I caught him and I was like, you alright? You sure you can carry on? Knowing full well that he's alright and he can carry on. Yeah. But this is just my mind games. He's like, yeah, I'm fine, don't worry about me and that. And he started swinging bombs. He wouldn't stop. He did everything poured out of you that day though.
Yeah. I think it was just a build-up of everything.
And it was the best you'd ever been.
Mate, I think boxing is a massive, massive help to anyone that's got anger issues, mental health, depression, any of that stuff. Because when you actually get in that ring, and it's just you and your power. All right, it doesn't have to be a power. You and that person in there, you can just let everything out. And then when it's finished, you give each other a cuddle, and you talk. Everything's cool. But how it actually affects up here is unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. It's that feeling afterwards. It's so amazing how you feel after you. I mean, you just punched 10 sacks of shit at each other, and then you're like besties. Like that's what's nice about boxing. It's a proper gentleman art that you can punch each other and then have a hug afterwards and talk about how great everything was and what you've done wrong. He used to hate it when I'd done a style on him. I used to call it the Conor McGregor style. He hated it. Every time I've done it, I only did it for 1 round, but he used to hate it.
Annoying.
He used to frustrate him so much.
So annoying. He stands like that and he puts his arm out and you can't get anywhere near him. It is so annoying. I'm like trying to move his hand out the way. Every time I move out the hand, bang, I'm getting hit. I'm like, I'm getting more angry. A couple of times I did lose my head, didn't I? You hit me a couple, you hit me a combo, bam, bam, and I was like, come on. And then that was it. As soon as anger takes over, anything in life, as soon as that anger, that feeling of anger, there's nothing good come from that feeling. Especially in the ring. Now, anger took over me, and as soon as I stepped into there, I just wanted to rip his head off. He was just picking me apart.
It comes so much easier when someone's angry.
Boom, just picking me apart, and I'm standing there taking hits, getting more angry, and it weren't until the bell went and you went, listen, mate, anger, you don't fight with anger. Anger's a negative feeling. Like you're not going to win. It's a game of chess. You can't do that. And it weren't until I thought, I've got to let this go. That's when the boxing comes back in.
Yeah, it's true, because whenever I get caught with a shot, I never get anger. I blame myself. I'm like, it's my fault. I got caught. It's not the other person's fault for hitting me. It's my fault. So I blame myself. Whereas the other people get hit, and the first thing they want to do is a natural reaction. It's just like, I'll get you back.
Yeah.
But that's when it all falls apart.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was such an amazing chapter 9. They was all great chapters, but 9 for me, because obviously it was about me and you, our journey. And like I say, I didn't realise at the time how much that helped you. And like you say, you may not have been here. It says in the book, if it weren't for that that respite you was getting in the boxing gym, that was so important to you at that moment in your life.
No, and this is what I say to a lot of people, like giving someone your time, trying to help people. And I think, do you know what? I think what you did for me then actually inspires me to do what I do now, because I've seen it work. I've seen when you give someone your time and you're there for them when they're at their dark days, people can turn it around. I know full well because when he was doing it with me, I was turning it around. And it's definitely something I'm doing now, taking it in. So I do thank you for obviously what you've done for me. It was life-changing for me because it's built me to who I am.
Yeah, that's amazing. But that makes me proud to see you now, and the way you're giving to people, the way you're giving your time. So you was a great student, and it was worth all that time I put in for you to finally blossom into the person you are.
Yeah,
because it was a long and tough road to it. It wasn't easy, and like
No.
I say, there's not many people would have got through it what you did. But to come out the other side is pretty amazing. So you should be proud of yourself, and I think you're gonna do even more good now.
Yeah, I
now
mean,
you've got the right head on. I think
Yeah.
the sky's the limit with helping others, as
Yeah.
well as keeping an eye on yourself and helping yourself, which is just as important.
Definitely. I mean, like I said, I think this charity that we're going to be doing, we're going to help so many people, and we're going to make a difference.
It's the best thing in the world, though, helping someone else, isn't it?
Definitely.
There's nothing that you can compare it to.
No, definitely not.
Whether it be a bit of food or whether it be something they've wanted all their life, just to see their face.
Just a small gesture. So, this is what I say to people. Look, what some people think is life-changing, to other people it's just a small gesture. So if you're in a position where you can do that to someone and change someone's life, why not do it? Why not do it? Like that fella the other day with the Arsenal shirt. That was his dream, right? To have an Arsenal shirt. An Arsenal shirt is it's what, £70? £70, you can make someone's dream come true. That's a no-brainer for me.
When Mum sent me the photo of, obviously you didn't put his face on Instagram because of data protection, and we've got to protect their identities. But when she sent me the photo of his face, because I was up here and I was absolutely sobbing. And like you say, it was just a shirt, but it meant so much to him, meant so much to me, it meant so much to everyone. So one small gesture can make a huge difference in life.
And you'll see where we're going from here.